where I'm now joined by a man who will be making his professional debut this Friday night live on, I believe, ESPN Plus. Kahshad Elliott, how you
Yes,
doing?
sir. I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. We're about 4 days away from this big pro debut. I'm sure you've dreamt about it for a long time. What are your thoughts?
I'm feeling real excited. I'm happy. I'm finally happy it's here. All the hard work that I've been putting in. I finally get to display it in front of the whole world. That's something that I wanted to do. A lot of people out here they don't get to see me fight. So now everybody has access. They get to see me put on a dominant performance and hopefully a KO.
You're a 10-time national champion as an amateur. Obviously, you have a lot of high hopes and high aspirations as you start your professional career. I know your career hasn't started, but do you feel the pressure to kind of live up to everything that you accomplish as an amateur?
Uh, nah, I don't believe in pressure. Because I've been doing this for 15 years of my life. So there's no such thing as pressure when it comes to me. I just go in there. I look at it as you know, another day in the office. You understand that's really it. That's how I look at it. I'm just handling my business, and that's how I look at it. A lot of people, they look at me as theirs, so I'm gonna just live up to it. That's all I've been doing. That's all I know how to do.
To talk about how, I believe you're 20 now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah. I just
So,
turned 20.
with my limited math skills, 20 minus 15, you started at 5, I guess.
Yeah, around 5'6", 5'6", like that. Yeah.
What got you into boxing at that young age?
I had anger issues as a kid, and my dad he didn't want me to, you know, use those anger issues for the wrong things. Plainfield, it's a small town, but like it's very crazy out here. So and there's not a lot of you know positive older guys to look up to. Everybody's a villain out here. So he just wanted me to use my anger for better things. So he put me in the boxing. He's like, you're gonna use your anger for here. And then he put me in the gym, and then from there it's just been history.
So age 5, age 6, you kind of you fell in love with it pretty much right away after you got into the gym.
Right, exactly.
I know there's been several pro fighters from that area. I know Harold Knight, I believe, is originally from that area. A
Right.
couple other guys. I think Glenwood Brown,
Tracy Span.
Tracy Spann. I remember. See, you're reliving my childhood here with some of those names. Uh, did you follow their careers? Well, you were probably too young to follow their careers while they were going. But have you done the research on them and you're the next guy from Plainfield, New Jersey.
Right. Actually, believe it or not, I started with Harold Knight. Harold Knight, he was my original trainer at first. Well, me and my dad, we both kind of got into boxing at the same time. So like while I was learning, he was learning. So we went to Harold Knight. Tracy Span used to come down there and spar with all the other people. I used to, watch Tracy Span spar right in front of me. Glenwood Brown used to come to the gym too. Everybody used to we all started in Plainfield, right in the basement. And that's where Hanif, well, y'all know him as Harold. We call him Hanif, but
Mm-hmm.
that's where we started. That's where I started. And then, as I got, better and better, and my dad got, more wiser as a coach, we kind of, branched off and, started doing our own thing, because it's all about building our dynasty and us. Not, we don't want to latch on. We never had no cosigns with people. Like, we did this with us, just me and my dad. Like, we started this brand. So like, we just didn't want no cosigns, and we give them 100%, credit. Like, we give them credit for sure. You have to give credit where it's due. That's where I started. But this success and everything since then, that's just been from me and my father.
How gratifying is, I can hear it in your answers about what you and your father have gone through together. Now that this time is here, it's almost like, you graduated to the the highest level of the sport. What's it mean not only for just you, but to be able to share it with your dad?
It mean everything. It mean everything to me because I basically, I watched my dad transition from, you know, the regular street guy, the hustler, the where everybody falls into, to, you know, a great trainer, and just to watch him change his life around, and help me become a better man. It's just me and everything. So like this pro debut gonna be real special. It's gonna be very special.
If you don't mind me asking this question, it almost sounds like because of your boxing career, that actually helped your dad, like you said, become. It's strange where it's usually the father is putting the kid on the, helping him out. It almost seems like what you were doing kind of got him going. Is what got him going. Is that fair to
It's
say?
very fair to say. We both came into this game together, and I was still young. I was a little kid, and he was still doing what he was doing. But as we like started getting deeper and deeper and deeper into the game, it's just like, yo, like you gotta change your life. You like, if this is our ticket, then this is what we gotta do. You gotta change your life. So, both hand watched the other. We watched the face together. You feel me? So like
Yeah.
everything, it just coincided with each other. Everything just went well, and that's all. It's just gonna be great.
I know Plainfield, you're northern New Jersey. Obviously, you see Shakur. He's doing well for himself. I know
Right.
Vito Molnicki. Were these guys, these two kids, and other, maybe some of these other young kids, were you guys, I guess, competed maybe in a lot of the same tournaments and in the same gyms together?
Right. Vito Malnicki, his father, he used to have a gym in Newark.
Yep.
That's where Vito trained, Shakur, all of the good fighters and stuff like that. So, when I was about like 11, I would say 11 to 13, that's where we were at. So like the national tournaments they went to, we went to, Vito basically put together like his national Jersey super team, and we all travel together. He'll have like people from Maryland or like people from Ohio, like they all travel, but as Team New Jersey, like the super team, because when you go to California and these other big states, they teams be huge. So like he just made the connections and put a whole big team together. So yeah, I've traveled them basically for the first half of my amateur career, literally.
You mentioned 10-time amateur national champion. Who were some of your amateur rivals that we may have heard of?
Lorenzo Truck Simpson.
Who I believe is he fighting on the same card on
Exactly, yeah, he's fighting on the same card.
No, I would imagine all you guys outside the ring, you guys mostly have pretty good relationships. What's that like to be turning pro on a card where one of your amateur rivals is competing?
I don't really look into stuff like that. I mean, he's doing his thing, and
Well, I don't mean comparisons, but like you guys probably fought each other when you guys were 10, 11 years old, and now I guess you as for lack of a better term, you're in the man's world now together.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Me and him actually fought when I was like 17, 18. We fought twice as in the youth division. So, it's a good thing. I really don't know what to say about that. Like it's just good to see him doing what he's doing, and then I'm doing what I'm doing, and then now we both on the same card together. So that's great. Yeah, that's great.
And you're in the middleweight division. I know you said he's doing his thing and you're doing your thing, and there's probably other guys that you fought who probably have already turned pro. But in the back of your mind, I mean, will you look to as you're coming up the ranks just to see how some of these guys are doing? Maybe in your mind, compare it a little bit to see what everyone's doing, kind of who you believe is on your level, for lack of a better term, but your class, so to speak.
Right. I pay attention. You can't miss it because it's there. So I pay attention. And I just feel as though he Truck fights 160 on 154. So if I ever choose to move up and we have to bump heads, then that's what we have to do. I like that. We have a relationship outside the ring, but like when it comes to boxing, like
It's business.
if it's business, exactly. So like if we gonna do it, then we gonna do it. But he's at 160. I'm at 154. I've also been in the ring with Diego Pacheco, who's 168. I don't think I ever shared a ring with him.
Who's your split team management stable mate?
Yeah, that's my stable. Yeah, that's actually a great friend too. That's my guy. Troy Isley. He hasn't had his pro debut yet, but he was on the USA team and stuff like that. I've fought Joseph Adorno 7 times as a kid. I fought Otha Jones.
Hold on, Joseph Adorno, who also will be fighting on Friday night.
Exactly.
It's almost like it sounds like you're going to like your high school reunion or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a crazy night, and I feel like we all gonna do our thing. We all gonna shine. That's how I look at it.
Well, we mentioned Diego Pacheco, and we mentioned split team management. What's it like, Dave McWhorter, who has probably the best stable of fighters in the business, and Tim Van Nieuwhouse and Joe Chiambo and the whole team there. What's it like that? When you have a manager like Dave and Split T, calling you and wanting to and eventually signing you.
Well, actually, it wasn't even Dave that was reaching out to me. It was actually Tim. Tim been following my career since I was 16. He watched me fight Diego. He watched me at all these tournaments, and it's actually great. It's great. We finally getting things rolling. I planned on fighting a little earlier in the year, but due to COVID and all this crazy stuff in the world happening, I had to postpone. So, but it's great. We finally here now. So now time to get the ball rolling, get everybody to know who Kahshad Elliott is. I mean, everybody already know, but now the whole world will really get to know who Kahshad Elliott is, and I'm just ready to put the whole world on notice.
How difficult was that, waiting process, because I know you've been signed for several months now, and like you said, we're ready to rock and roll, but, obviously because of postponements and stuff, the way the world is today, it's now happening on October 9th.
That process, it was kind of frustrating. It was frustrating. Because coming out of the Olympic trials, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to forget about the amateurs and just do what I always wanted to do. And that was, pursue a world title. So that's what I wanted to do. But then, once everything happened, it was just like, I kind of started getting thoughts in my head that we might not ever get to box again, no sports, anything, but, now that's dumbed down. I'm not gonna say it's out the way because COVID is still here.
Yes.
But now that it's dumbed down and sports are coming back, it just gave me a big relief. I finally get to do what I'm destined to do.
Have you thought about what this week is going to be like? Have you talked to any fighters who have been through this bubble process? Have you talked to anyone and kind of get you ready for what that's going to be like?
My close friend from Philadelphia, also Akeem Jefferson. That's my brother.
Hold on, is Rasheem, is he fighting on the card too? Or is he...
Exactly.
who don't you know that's going to be fighting?
But yeah, his dad's the second man in my corner, Rel.
I know Rel, known Rel a long time.
Yeah, so Sheem fought already in the top rank thing, so he told me how things go and stuff like that. I'm already prepared for it. I'm just ready to fight.
Is there an Xbox or something that's gonna make the trip with you or no?
We going out there Wednesday.
Nah, you'll be all right.
I don't really
Fight's
think
Friday
now.
You'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
You'll be okay. Well, what do you want to say in closing before we let you go? What do you want to tell the fans who are going to be introduced to you all over the world on ESPN Plus when they see you fight underneath this great world title fight on Friday night between Emmanuel Navarrete and Ruben Villa? Well, we talk about what do you want to tell the fans out there?
I just want to tell all the fans, that my time is finally here. If you don't know me, you're gonna know who I am October 9th. And you're gonna watch me win every world title at 154 pounds because it's just never end. I can do everything. I can do everything. You guys will see that.
And where do we find you on social media?
You can follow me on social media on Instagram and Twitter at Kahshad Elliott, KAHSHADELLIOTT, both for Twitter and Instagram.
Very impressive young man, Kahshad. It was a pleasure having you on. This is the first of hopefully many interviews, and best of luck Friday night. We'll be talking to you along the way.